Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, another round of snow moving in, and it could affect your morning commute.
8 pets lost in a fire, what those animals meant to the family who couldn't save them from the flames.
Plus, granting mercy to family members and associates. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin tonight with breaking news. It's out of Hankinson, North Dakota, where a major fire is burning right now at the Richland County Highway shop.
Several fire departments are on the scene. The call came in around 7:30 tonight. They continue to battle the flames. There's no word yet on the cause, but authorities say they don't believe anyone was hurt. We have a crew headed that way and hope to have more details for you shortly.
Meanwhile, as you prepare for bed tonight, keep this in mind. Tomorrow's drive to school or work will be challenging, even more so than this morning. We begin with Summer now, who's here with an explanation on what to expect tomorrow. Summer?
Yeah, we had a tricky commute across portions of the region to start our day today, and things are going to look similar, if not even a little bit worse for some than we saw this morning heading into tomorrow morning. Right now on our Luther Family Ford Skycam network, we're just seeing some partly cloudy skies. Otherwise, conditions are quiet, but here comes our next round of snow, already pushing through north central North Dakota, through the Devil's Lake Basin, and it's going to spread to the south and east through the overnight and into tomorrow morning. And it's a cold one out there as well. Bemidji sitting at 4 degrees below zero under some clear skies. Warmer in Devil's Lake, 9 degrees, but that light snow has started to fall. In Fargo tonight, temperatures will be rising ahead of that weak little warm front that is going to bring that next round of that light snow by the early daybreak hour, so between that 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m. hour, and continue through portions of the morning commute. And a very similar trend in the Northern Valley as well. Very chilly temperatures before some light snow is going to be moving its way in. And I'll be talking about the hourly planner coming up in just a few minutes for when exactly we can expect those impacts and when it will be out of here.
Okay, thanks, Summer.
A West Fargo family is still grieving tonight after fire destroyed their trailer home and killed their 8 pets. It happened just after 12:30 Sunday afternoon at 429 B Street. Now that's just across the street from the West Fargo Police Department. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with the family in a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live.
It's a home that's been in Mark Schaefer and Tina Kimball's family for 3 generations.
And to see it no longer to be able to be lived in, looking completely different, like, just ruins me.
Family memories and everything just gone in a matter of a couple hours.
Schaefer says fire officials believe it started in the kitchen.
The stove and then went up into the ceiling, and then it just spread from there pretty much.
Schaefer says they think the blaze was caused by a bad outlet, but he says fire crews suspect it was a forgotten burner.
But what we don't understand is she normally doesn't leave things on. She had a cloth sitting here for it with clean dishes on, and apparently this back burner is on, apparently, and that's where they think it started.
Kimball says while the scorched family memorabilia is a tough pill to swallow, the loss of her 8 fur babies has ripped her heart out. Saying while firefighters tried to rescue as many pets as they could, she says none of them survived.
The only thing I can think about when I walk through the house is how much pain they were probably in and how much suffering that they had to go with or deal with. I don't know if that's going to be something that shakes me for the rest of my life, probably.
In West Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
A Gofundme page has been set up for both the family as well as to help lay the pets to rest. If you'd like to donate, head to the VNL News app and click on this story.
West Fargo City Commissioners are moving forward with their plan to give $25 gift cards to residents in the city. At the City Commission meeting tonight, they established a fund that will set aside money for their giveaway. The final approval will come later this month, and the gift cards should arrive in West Fargo homes by March 1st.
Fargo Public School students are heading back to their classrooms tomorrow. This includes elementary, middle, and high school students. The district's Instructional Planning Committee meets again on February 8th, where it'll review the COVID-19 situation again and discuss the status of a vaccination plan for staff.
When state government meetings were Clear how lawmakers would meet. By state law, lawmakers had to be physically present at the Capitol to take part in committee meetings. So when COVID-19 forced many meetings to be canceled, lawmakers had to wait for an executive order to give them the freedom to meet virtually. A bipartisan team of lawmakers submitted a bill that would allow lawmakers to meet electronically. With the expansion of video cameras in meeting rooms, all meetings must be available for viewing online.
North Dakota lawmakers say COVID has taken a toll on the elderly, adding that isolation has been just as brutal. In response to the outcries from families who haven't seen their loved ones, 6 state lawmakers have submitted a bill that would require some form of in-person visitation for long-term care facilities during declared emergencies. A Senate bill would require long-term care facilities to offer some form of in-person visitation during a declared emergency, but with testing and protocols. Also, a facility can only be in lockdown for 30 days. For months, North Dakota has explored long-term care protections and resources. While those age 70 plus make up only 10% of all COVID cases in North Dakota, they also make up nearly half of the current hospitalizations and 82% of deaths.
The time has come to ensure we mitigate the effects of isolation in long-term care. We want to look forward to identify what we can do to ensure that all residents are afforded their rights, the right to see their loved ones being at the forefront, to give and receive hugs, to talk, and to make that human connection.
Right now, all longer-term care facilities offer some form of visitation. All but 19 of them offer in-room options. The others offer indoor visitation.
Other proposals that have surfaced in Bismarck cover how elections should be handled in a time of crisis, discussions on whether American should be considered a race, and bills stating that citizens can sue social media companies if they're canceled. Democratic Party Chair Kylie Overson says she hopes North Dakotans are paying attention and staying engaged with the legislative session.
First, and probably the biggest, is House Bill 1275, which is related to a proposal for the legacy fund earnings, and it invests in infrastructure, it invests in education, it invests in paid family leave programs.
This afternoon was the deadline for submitting House bills. The Senate deadline is next Monday at 5 p.m.
President Trump reportedly still plans to change some coronavirus travel restrictions. A White House official says Trump is expected to lift the restrictions imposed on Brazil and much of Europe last spring. The change would also go into effect on January 26, 6 days after Trump leaves office. And it's still unclear if incoming President Joe Biden will reverse the decision after his swearing in on Wednesday. Last week, the CDC announced that all travelers must provide a negative COVID test before arriving in the United States.
President Donald Trump may also be issuing presidential pardons, some of which could lower his approval rating, which is already the lowest for a first-term president since scientific polling began. Caitlin Collins looks at the list of people who may receive pardons.
Before leaving office Wednesday, President Trump is planning a pardoning spree as one of his final acts. Sources say Trump is expected to grant clemency to nearly 100 people after an intense lobbying campaign by former administration officials, political allies, and old family friends. The president met with top aides yesterday to review the final list, as some advisors are urging him not to pardon those involved in the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
To seek a pardon of these people would be wrong. I think it would destroy President Trump, and I hope we don't go down that road.
Trump hasn't appeared in public in 6 days, but moving trucks from a D.C.-based company were spotted at his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach today as another reminder that he has less than 48 hours left in office. Trump still hasn't spoken to President-elect Joe Biden and will skip his inauguration Wednesday in favor of a military-style send-off ceremony at Joint Base Andrews, where Trump is expecting a red carpet rollout and adoring crowd to bid him goodbye. But his second impeachment trial will still loom over the city long after he's gone from Washington. Rudy Giuliani was seen at the White House Saturday, but says he won't serve on Trump's defense team because he told ABC News this speech that he gave at the rally before the Capitol attack could make him a potential witness.
So, let's have trial by combat.
Trump has blamed Giuliani for his second impeachment, and outside advisors like Karl Rove are warning that if he defends the president, Republicans could very well vote to convict him.
I think it really boils down to what's the defense that the president is going to make, and if it's Rudy Giuliani's defense, I think it raises the likelihood of more than 17 Republicans voting for conviction.
First Lady Melania Trump said goodbye today. She tweeted a farewell video message as she prepares to leave the White House, spending much of her time talking about the importance of kindness.
In all circumstances, I ask every American to be an ambassador of Be Best, to focus on what unites us, to raise above what divides us, to always choose love over hatred, peace over violence, and others before yourself.
This was her first on-camera appearance since the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol, and she hasn't been seen in public since New Year's Eve.
Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live at 10, the Red Cross needs your help as COVID-19 cases rise across the country. We'll explain what you can do.
And in addition to a couple of snow chances on the 7-day planner, we are going in for a roller coaster ride of temperatures. Some places pushing 40 by Wednesday and then dramatically falling down into the single digits for Friday. Your 7-day planner and snow hour by hour forecast is next.